Hi guys, welcome to the Fourth Moment weekly roundup, and this is where you get your weekly dose of local football. And with me, as usual, is Andrew Pequeno. Andrew, how's it?
Fine, thanks. And you, Shamiel?
I'm alright, thank you. Just getting my voice back after a fantastic weekend. Still on the high of this weekend that we've just had with the Super Cup.
Yeah, no, listen, it was enjoyable. I also was very tired after the weekend. It was a long weekend.
Very long.
But the Super Cup was once again a huge success, which we'll get to a bit later on the show. But yeah, listen. It was a long weekend, but it was very fruitful and worthwhile.
Yeah, definitely. Let's jump right into it. We're going to look at the third division results of last week. Last week was the first week that the third division started, so we got some results there. So looking at Junction Rovers on Friday evening, beating New Boys Invincible Craving B 3-1. Silver Spurs 4-1 over Cape Town United. And that Cape Town United side obviously is Milano, who's bought that franchise. So from all accounts, what I've heard there, Milano having a young side, obviously they still need to settle after buying that franchise very late.
Sure. And it was a baptism of fire playing Silver Spurs at Hickory Road. Is always a tough game. So good win for Silver Spurs, starting on the front foot.
Definitely showing their prowess there. And then Vasco da Gama beating Cape Town City 2-0.
Yeah, I was at that game. Vasco played very well. Cape Town City also a very young team. A lot of 15, 16-year-old players in the squad. I mean, they played very nice football, but I thought that Vasco were just a bit more clinical on the night.
Yeah, well, it remains to be seen how that City team's going to do. We know that it's younger than the team of last year, so let's see how they do. Then team relegated from the ABC Motsepe last year. Jomo Power was playing on Saturday, hosting Jamestown United, and Jamestown getting a draw away.
That's a good result. Good result in Atlantis. Always tough to go to Jomo's.
Then Matroosfontein not having a good start there, losing 3-0 to Greenwood Athletic.
Yeah, listen, I've got Greenwood up there as my top three to win the regional third division. They've got a very good squad. Very good mix. They've got very good unders this year. Greenwood it's always tough to beat Greenwood at solo, as everyone's aware, but now they're getting good away result. First game. They're a team to look out for this year.
I think what's important for them is they're starting with Coach Lionel Miller, who came in halfway through the season last year. So he's obviously looking to get a good start and keep that momentum going there.
Correct.
And then newly promoted team Saxon Rovers from Cape Town Tygerberg getting a 1-1 result at Cape Moyo.
Yeah, listen, there was a good start from Saxons. By all accounts, they were ahead. They were 1-0 up and they conceded late in the game. So it was a good result for them. Listen, I think those newly promoted teams, them and Invincible Cravenby, are going to find their feet the first couple of games, and they'll soon realise the pace of the regional third division.
Then on Sunday we had some matches there. Ocean View also coaching staff changed there. They're losing 4-2 at home to Goal 50. Goal 50 obviously I think probably going to have a bit more experience side there. Ocean View, although they're a team that's been in the league before, but I think they still need to find their feet with a new staff that's in play there.
Yeah, also quite a number of their players played in the local LFA Cup final on Sunday, so they'll be registered from this week onwards. So they might have had a younger side out there. But listen, Shamiel, I always say look at the log after the first 8 or 9 games and we'll get an idea, but listen, good away result for Goal 50.
Yeah, and I think Ocean View will come back. They always been a good team, always competing. And then side from Manova Park, they Premier United losing their first game 2-1 to FC Houtbay.
Yeah, good result for FC Houtbay away from home. Listen, Premier were 1-0 up and Houtbay scored 2 goals to turn the game around. So good result for them. I think Houtbay last year, if you remember, they stayed up because we went up, because Hanover Park were promoted. But I think this year they more than competed. They've got Coach Bradley August, they're a very experienced coach. So they're going to do very well this year.
And then there was a game played on Wednesday night, the 16th of November. Vasco hosting Silver Spurs, and Silver Spurs getting their second win in the second game.
Good result away at Vasco. I saw Vasco, like I said, last Friday. I know Vasco missed a penalty last night and a number of other chances. By all accounts, the Silver Spurs goalkeeper had a blinder. But listen, Silver Spurs got maximum points after 2 games. They're also one of the teams that are up there for winning the regional third division. Definitely.
And looking at fixtures coming up on this Friday, we've got Cape Moyo playing Ocean View. And this weekend is a double-header.
Double-header weekend. It just starts and it's a double-header.
It's sort of heavy. And then FC Houtbay at home to Matroosfontein. That's going to be obviously a tight match there. Goal 50 hosting Junction Rovers. That's going to be a Heideveld derby. Definitely. I'm sure Heideveld's going to be full.
I don't know. I'll sit on the fence on that one.
And then Greenwood playing at Solo Stick against Jomo Powers.
I think they might just have too many guns there at Solo.
Just looking at some of the other results. Woodlands Coach Zari, they're hosting a New Boys Saxon, and that's going to be at Heideveld also.
Yeah, Woodlands from Mitchell's Plain, whose home ground is Heideveld. Yeah. Listen, it's Woodlands' first game. Their first game was supposed to be against Trinitarians last week.
Yes.
The Trinis were away with the Nedbank.
Yes.
So it's good to see. I've spoken with Coach Xavier. They've got quite a young side this year.
Okay.
And listen, I think they'll do well. They always do well.
Always do well, yeah. And then we're saying Cape Town United, but obviously it's Milano.
Yeah.
Their home ground now, the Greens, also a team from Mitchell's Plain, playing at the Greens. Look like the team from Mitchell's Plain can't get a home.
They can't get a home in Mitchell's Plain, yeah.
So they'll be playing at the Greens, and they're hosting Premier United. That is going to be a tough match for them. Also with that young Milano side.
I think, it's both teams lost their first game. They're both looking to get points on the board. It's going to be a tight game. And listen, I've taken Hanover Park to the Greens when we used to play against Crystal Palace and that. And the home team, it's tough to beat at the Greens.
Definitely.
Sure.
New Boys Invincible playing Jamestown United. And then just looking at some of Sunday's fixtures. I don't know if there's any fixtures you want to highlight, Andrew.
Yeah, I thought Premier United Vasco da Gama will be a good game.
Okay.
At Downburg Road. Saxon Rovers Trinitarians. That's going to be another good game. Saxon Rovers, hosting Trinis. Trinis also, I reckon, one of the top 3 teams to win the regional 3rd division up against Saxons. And then, of course, you've got games. You've got Invincible Cravenby hosting Greenwood, also a tough game.
Yeah.
Jomo's, hosting FC Hout Bay. It's a long drive from Hout Bay through to Atlantis.
Yeah.
And then Jamestown Goal 50. Jamestown have got a number of new recruits there. I know they've got very experienced guys they brought in this year.
Yeah.
So they're going to do quite well this year as well.
Yeah. And then obviously on next week, Tuesday, you also got games. Yeah, guys, they're coming. The games are coming. That's why we love the 3rd division. The games just keep on coming. So on Tuesday, we've got Junction Rovers hosting Cape Moyo. And then Wednesday, Cape Town City hosting Trinitarians. Now that match will actually be for Wednesday night footy match. That's going to be a good game.
I might just leave training early on Wednesday to go watch that game. No, listen, like we said, the 3rd division is always the hub of summer. It's games all the time. Yeah. Unlike the ABC that takes a break from the end of November till the middle of January, the 3rd division is going all the way through to the 18th of December.
Yeah.
So, whenever you need to, we've got this football bug that's biting you and you don't want to watch World Cup football or you've got a World Cup football day off, go watch the 3rd division.
Yeah. So just looking at the logs there for the 3rd division, only 2 games played for Silver Spurs, they top of the log. And the rest of the teams has just played 1 game. Yeah. But I mean, if you want to have a look, if you want to indulge yourself in the log, go to our website, which is updated, www.thefourthmoment.co.za. And before we move on to the next one, we're going to talk about Trinis.
Yeah.
That were at Beaufort this weekend for the Nedbank Cup.
Yeah, listen, Trinis, from our side, hard luck. They did very well to get into the semi-finals. They won their first game, then they got into the semi-finals. They played a team called Whale Coast City. We played them, Whale Coast, in the final last year of the regional Nedbank, and we beat them 1-0 in the final. But Trinis unfortunately lost to them in the semi-final on penalties. And then Whale Coast went all the way now. They're going to be playing Clearwood this weekend in Bodarsdorp at Glas Kasteel at 3 p.m. kickoff on Saturday. So Clearwood got to do the trip to Bodarsdorp that we did a couple of years ago. And we wish Clearwood all the best.
Yes,
it'd be nice to have another team, an ABC team from Cape Town, sitting in the main draw of the Nedbank Cup.
Yeah, definitely. So, as Coach Andrew said, they're wishing Coach Ashraf and Clearwood good luck for that match there. ABC Motsepe, before my voice disappears, I think you want to start with the results there?
No, you can do the results, I'll do the fixtures. Let's go that way. Okay.
Right, so last week, Cape Town Spurs, that was the week before. Last week, Friday, Ikapa and Santos playing there, Ikapa winning 2-0. Good win there. That's
good win for Coach Michael. It was their first game of the season because they had a bye the first week.
Yeah, so that's Santos then first loss. So they had to draw the first game, if I remember correctly.
They drew against City Kings first game. Yeah. So I'm sure Santos will bounce back.
Yeah, and then Hout Bay and Marties. Hout Bay winning 4-2 against Marties. That's a good result there.
Yeah, listen, Hout Bay were tough to beat at home. Marties had that big 6-2 win the previous week against Pequeno. So coming back now to Hout Bay, I think Hout Bay put them back down to earth. Yeah. And Hout Bay's got maximum points after 2 games in their stream, and it's a good result for them, 4-2.
Yeah, and then Grossie Park getting their second knock in their second game, losing 3-2 to Pequeno.
Yeah, listen, listen, Grossie Park will bounce back. They've got a very good coach. They got a very good squad. I mean, we've played them twice in pre-season, so I know they've got. I think it's just something just needs to click. I know against Zizwe, I watched them, they weren't clicking.
Yeah.
You know, away to Mbekwene is always tough to go to Paul, eh? Yeah. And Mbekwene, you know, they banged in 2 goals in the first game. They banged in 3 in the second game. So it looks like a team that like to score.
Score goals, yeah. And then on Sunday we've got New Boys, City Kings, and drawing 1-1 against Cape Town Spurs there. So that's a good result.
They call that the real city derby.
That's what they called it. Yeah. Then looking at, that was Stream A, by the way, and looking at Stream B, results there. That was matches played last week. And then on Saturday, Young Bafana and Nova Park drawing 0-0 there in the Strand, I think, eh?
That was a good result.
Good result. Good result for both teams.
No, listen, I thought it was a good result for us. I mean, the wind, on Saturday was crazy out there.
Yeah, it was windy, yeah.
The field was also, field conditions are tough there.
Okay.
We hit the crossbar twice. Thought we curated all the chances. Listen, I'll take, away from home, 0-0, I'm happy. Move on.
Then the next match there, FN Rangers and Royal Blues. That was obviously FN Rangers' first game, winning 1-0 against Royal Blues.
Good result.
Yep. And then Clearwood and Battalions drawing 1-1. I don't know, maybe good for Clearwood there after their first game obviously was a loss.
Yes.
Coming back to the draw, maybe they're finding their feet and getting back.
Yeah, I believe they equalised towards the end of the game as well. Listen, Battalions this year, I mean, they've come out there. They beat Ubuntu the first game 2-1. They've gone away and drawn at Clearwood. There's no result. Easy games in the ABC, Shamiel. I think you can't take any result for granted. Yeah. And then Coach Gabby there at Wanderers, I think this is his first loss, second game, losing 3-0 to Ubuntu. Very good by Ubuntu win there. It's tough to go to Ocean View, eh? To play Ubuntu anywhere is tough, but to play them in Ocean View, it's even tougher. Yeah. I spoke with Coach Moritz. He said the result doesn't really give a true reflection on the game. He thought Wanderers definitely competed, and Ubuntu went into halftime 1-0, and they scored 2 quick goals in the second half, and Wanderers had chances. So listen, good result for Ubuntu after they lost to Battalions in the first game. Yeah. And then, one just wonders with these type of results, the league is so short. These results are actually going to, if you were in a longer league, then obviously, okay, you could come back. But this is actually quite telling because you only have so many matches to play. And that's the thing about this 2-stream league. Yeah, it's a sprint. It's tough as a coach to prepare because you're playing 16 cup finals basically. Yeah, okay. And you've got to prepare each game like it's a cup final. Once the result is done, you move on. Yeah. Because you can't dwell on things. And the unfortunate thing is, as you're getting into like the teams who maybe have lost their first 2 games, they're under pressure because there's only 2 more games before the break. Yeah. And let's say they win the next 2, they start building momentum, then there's 7 weeks off, and they're going to start from ground zero again.
It's more of a mind type.
It's all a mindset, So the objective is try and get as many points as you can in the first 4 and take it from there. Yeah.
Okay, let's look at the fixtures there. Stream A.
So Stream A this weekend, it's exciting weekend in Stream A. You got Ikapa Sporting playing against Marties. That'll be, sorry, my mistake about that. It will be Zizwe against Umbekweni Sundowns at Nyanga Stadium. Zizwe back. They had a bye last weekend. I don't know, for some obscure reason, most of their players came to watch our game last week. But listen, Umbekweni, Zizwe will be a tough game. Cape Town Spurs, Ikapa Sporting. Coach Mike taking his troops all the way there to Paro. That's going to be a nice game. And then Marty's playing City Kings at Lentulus at 3. All the games on Saturday are 3 p.m. So Marty's versus City Kings. And then it's Grassy Park needing points. They'll be playing against Hout Bay. That game has been moved to tomorrow night, which is Friday, at 7:30 at William Herbert. Okay. And if we go to Stream B, we had a couple of postponements, which I'll talk about. Okanya are playing against Ubuntu at Roykrans, and that's at 2 p.m. on Saturday. So if you want an early kickoff, go there. Hanover Park versus FN Rangers, 3 o'clock at Hanover Park. Wanderers and Clearwood has been postponed because Clearwood is playing in the Nedbank Cup, and then Battalions playing Young Bafana at Umbekweni at 5 p.m. kickoff. So you could catch the Okanya Ubuntu game at 2 and then drive all the way to Paarl if you really, really want to watch football this weekend. That'd be the way to go.
Yeah, because you got the late kickoff at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, at Umbekweni. That Battalions Young Bafana will be a nice game. Listen, Coach Dylan is a good tactician. I mean, I came up against him last weekend, so I'm well aware of that. And it'll be an interesting game. I think the pick of the games in Stream A I would say, even though they haven't got any points, I think Grassy Park Hout Bay will be a good game. I think Grassy Park will be chomping at the bit at home to get points, and Hout Bay are top of the log, and I'm sure they want to entrench it. Try and get as many points ahead of Zizwe as possible. And talking about that log, only 2 matches played for most of the teams. Obviously, got a couple of teams only playing 1 game, but Hout Bay top of the log. There were 2 points.
6 points out of 2 games, maximum there, and then Marty Zikapa, Zizwe. Like I said, very early days, so I don't like to go too much into the log, but if you want to have a look at the log, get onto our website, and that log is also updated. And then also in Stream B there, I think we've got a team called Nova Park. I'm not there yet. There we go, Nova Park. Top of the log there with 4 points. Then Battalions, tight on their heels. And then Young Bafana and Ubuntu.
Still early days.
Still early days, so we'll have to see what happens there. Yeah, so is that it on the ABC Motsepe?
That's it for the ABC Motsepe.
Okay, so yes, obviously there's no other LFA action happening or that took place over this past weekend, but yes, what did take over this past weekend was the fourth moment Under-16 Super Cup, 3rd edition, defending champions, defending their title by beating Ubuntu 1-0.
Ubuntu.
Yeah, Ubuntu won Bayview.
Ubuntu beat Bayview 2-0. See, he lost his voice. And unfortunately, he's lost everything. But don't worry, I'm here.
Yeah, he's the backup.
I'm the backup. No, listen, good. Ubuntu retaining the title from 2019.
Yes.
They beat Bayview 2-0. Ubuntu were just a class above. I think the fact that the bulk of the squad had played engine together, then played in the Coke Cup final, a lot of the under-16 boys, and then to come here, they did very well. Listen, they had some tough opposition. I know the semi-finals against Rackersdal was a tough game for them. Yeah. So was the final, to be honest. Baby just didn't take their chances. But listen, congrats to Ubuntu, Coach Moritz and the rest of the coaching staff. They've done an exceptional job the whole weekend. Yeah.
Andrew, I just want to touch onto the tournament. Obviously, we know Ubuntu is a strong side. And Coach Moritz and Coach Yannick and the guys there and Chris will tell you that it wasn't an easy ride. This tournament, it wasn't an easy ride. I said, I want to touch on the fourth moment Super Cup because many people are asking me about it. How come they haven't heard about it? It's the third edition. And guys, why you haven't heard about it, I can't tell you why. But what we do is we take the winners of LFAs, as many of them as possible as we can get. We invite them. We also take knockout winners or finalists and invite them to this tournament. And the reason for that is not all LFA league winners will accept our invite. Our tournament rules are very stringent in terms of registration. We had, obviously, if you've watched us, you'll see there was teams in and then they were out, and it's all because the rules are there and we stick to the rules. And what we want to do is we want to reward the teams that's won the league in the season and give them this platform to showcase their talent. And wow, for the third year, what talent. No easy games. Only good things to say about the quality of the football. We had scouts there coming to ask me how this is like a melting pot, names galore. I've had messages after the tournament for coaches' information, and that's what the Super Cup is about. It's also about, obviously, we're very tight on our organization. Andrew, it was your first tournament. How did you find it?
Listen, I don't want to be biased, but it was. Listen, it was run like clockwork. My honest opinion, it was run like clockwork. The game started on time. The quality of the football, in my opinion, was very high. And there were teams I'd never seen play before.
Yes.
And I was...
Blue Down Spurs,
Harvest Academy, the quality of football was there, and seeing the talent that we have, that's the thing that got to me, Shamiel, was the fact that there's so much talent at one venue, I know we have the Bale, and there's a lot of talent at the Bale and things like that. But this was under 16 boys who, a lot of them are playing now to get into the Bale squads, to get into, a professional setup, an academy setup. And, seeing the talent and the coaching, in my opinion, we always look at the talent and we always look at the players, but we should actually look at the coaches as well. The coaches were exceptional this year. I mean, I saw how a lot of coaches, as they went through the group stages, how they changed their tactics a bit, and then they got into the knockouts and they got a little bit more tighter. And, and that shows you, man, the quality of coaching that we have and the quality of player that we have at under 16 level. And, it's just a pity that we can't have more, we didn't have more teams, and maybe, we'll surprise everyone with more teams next year.
Don't let the cat out of the bag.
No, I won't let the cat out of the bag. But at the end of the day, it's a good thing that the Super Cup is not too well known, because we would be rushed with invitations, or clubs applying, which already we have anyway. But it's good for everyone to understand that it's the league winners and the cup winners that we look at from the LFAs, and we send the invites out, and a lot of them do accept it, which is great. And this year we had a team like Rackersdal we invited for the first time, and they ended up as our third place team. Again, Blue Down Spurs, our team of the tournament. Exceptional the way they registered their players, the quality of the football, the way they conducted themselves on the football football field. That's great for Blue Downs, and a lot of those boys have now showcased themselves on a platform now.
They basically put them in the shopping window because they, believe it or not, there's a lot of guys that came to ask about certain teams, and that was one of it. I just want to touch on the coaching. It was tough giving the coach of the tournament. It was tough. There were names in the bag there, nominees, but obviously, thank goodness, our adjudicators, that's their job. They sort that out. They awarded the final award. I think coach of was Ocean View, Mike Lam. And they looked at everything, the way he addressed the players, the way he conducted himself through the tournament. And it wasn't just him, like I said, there was others, but at the end of it, he got it. Look at it. Was, we can go on and on about the Super Cup, but I think we want to leave you with a message to say it's a purpose that is run the way it's run. I think we had I like critiquing myself, and I think the only negative we had was on the Sunday. We started about 9:05. 8 minutes past 9. It was supposed to start at 9 o'clock. But that was also because we had a debrief with the referees. We had some things we weren't happy with the day before. And that's the way we handle the tournament. We attack it. We want to make sure our officiating is top notch. And look, a team is always going to get the bad end of the stick or whatever. I think, I said, I can go on and on. But
we also had load shedding that stopped us. We couldn't stream the final and things like that. But we'll pray that there's no load shedding next year. But listen, for all the people out there that came to support, there was a very nice crowd on Saturday, and especially Sunday was full house at William Herbert for the final. So thank you for the support. We'll definitely try and improve the tournament year on year to make it better and better and better. And at the end of the day, those boys, those players, those coaches, those clubs, I would like to thank them for the effort that they put in. It's the end of a long season, and everybody still is motivated to win that Super Cup. So congrats and thanks to everyone, and again, congrats to Ubuntu.
Definitely. And then also before we go, our thanks needs to go out to obviously the teams that participated, our people that assisted us within the LOC, and also those not on the LOC, the helpers, all the guys, who you are. And then also to Loro Sport, obviously, which is now called Vecchio, for sponsoring all the referee kit, all the apparel that we wore. Then also to Mr. Parker at the cafe there for assisting us with our refreshments, keeping us going. And then also for the referees. And then obviously the referees also, 26 of them there were. We want to say thank you very much for doing your best.
And I just want to highlight something. The referees, for those who weren't there, the referees are refereeing the final. The referee and his two assistants were 18 years of age and 19 years of age. So, we also had young referees that were coming to the tournament and showcasing their talent, not just the players. And that shows that, the refereeing, ranks out there, it's growing with the youth as well. So congrats to the referees as well.
I must say that within the referees also, we had guys like Anwar Alexander and Shawan Daniels who were actually taking these guys through the motions, their steps, reminding them of the rules and their jobs. And I want to say big ups to them for allowing the youngsters to come through 100%. And make sure that the quality comes, so that obviously at the end of the day, look, many of us are going to get maybe not the right call we want from the referees, but there's a lot of good ones out there and we need to promote them also.
100%.
Okay, and before I lose my voice again.
Also we must thank William Herbert.
Oh yes, of course.
The FMC at
Mr.
William,
Julius.
Yes, Mr. Julius and his crew. The fields, the A field especially, was in mint condition the whole tournament, and it had a lot of foot traffic through all the fields. But thanks to Mr. Julius. We really appreciate what the William Herbert FMC do for this tournament, and we're looking forward to having it there again next year.
Definitely. Guys, I think the message I want to leave for this show is the tournament, the Super Cup. Yes, it's a new baby, but it's going to grow up to be a big boy. You want to be part of it, watch us, keep in touch, look out for the notices coming out. Like Andrew said earlier on, we're going to look at a bigger number. It's going to get more exciting. And if you are corporate out there, we're looking for a mainline sponsor always, just to give a bigger show to the Cape Town football and provide a bigger platform for our youngsters to come through.
100%.
From my side, my name is Shamiel. I say thank you very much. Till next time.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.